Yeah, you pre-season it so it tastes good when your mom cooks it, because she ain't doing anything to it.
Mom's very timid about spicing it.
She's always afraid she's gonna ruin it, and it's like, Mama, you're ruining it by not putting salt, not putting anything. Have I seen the guy who makes? Have I seen the guy who makes thing for KitchenAid mixer to make it last longer and work better? That's vague. If there is guy who make thing for KitchenAid mixer to last longer and work better, can you post it in like cooking? Yeah, put it in food and cooking. Speak with Natty. Oh yeah, she's in trouble with her mom. Her mom's like, you in trouble, girl. That's true.
After she was told not to leave.
Heck and rip, dude. She's gonna be in so much trouble. And I'm gonna be all like, but Natty's mom, and she's gonna be all like, I'm a teacher, you're a student, shut up.
Revelio.
Then I'm gonna cry. Look at this. This has been here a long time. It's level 1.
Homura.
Cappy's probably been like, oh my god. Yeah, yeah. Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure.
Revelio.
Yeah, gamer issues. Gamers don't look up, dude. That's just
the same thing that happened.
That's just a thing. Where the hell is that? I really wish there was a map of Hogwarts that I could see that was bigger than that mini map. Yeah, I'll pull up a map online and look at it there. Second here. There's not even a way over there. Ah! This place is so confusing. I see a place right there, and it's like, how do you get over there? And you're like, oh, I just go through the... No, I got... It's one of those things where you have to go over here, go up 2 flights of stairs, come back over to this area, go down 1 flight of stairs, go over here, go down a flight of stairs, and there you are. And you're just like, Like, I can't imagine... Oh, jeez. That looks awesome. I can't imagine how much of a nightmare it was to both design and build the castle. Like, that's what we were talking about the other day, is like, I'm sure Hogwarts Castle proper was like half of the development time. It's so fucking complicated and dense and detailed. Hidden rooms. Oh, it's fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Like, no question, it's awesome as hell. But if they were like, oh yeah, it took 2.5 years just for the castle, I'd be like, yeah, that checks out.
Ah, I have been meaning to speak with you.
Sometimes you'll see that it's there on the map.
Yeah.
But it's obviously not here, so
It's below me, but I do a Revelio and I don't see it.
Yeah.
So it's like... But sometimes you can Revelio and see something on the other side of the wall from you, and sometimes you Revelio and it won't show at all. And you're just kind of like, what? So it's obvious the building of the castle was probably done in chunks and they stuck them together. And...
I still can't believe we escaped the Ashwinders.
You may not realize it, but you are the talk of the school since you saved me that day.
I wonder how everyone knows about it.
I told my mother in the hope that she would be more forgiving of what I have been up to if it came from me. She likely told other professors, and news travels quickly. Unfortunately, she might, in fact, have been even less forgiving than I'd hoped.
If she knew more about what you've done, I suspect she'd be proud.
If she knew any more about what I've done, She would never let me out of her sight again.
I'm sorry. Has Officer Singer done anything with the evidence we provided?
She has not. Harlow is as strong as ever. Someone needs to stop him, whether it is us or Officer Singer. If someone had stopped the monsters like him in Matabeleland, my father would be alive today.
What exactly happened to your father?
It was a beautiful day. My mother had gone to tend to a neighbor who was ill, and so my father and I were galloping in the savannah.
Galloping? Your father was also an animagus, I take it?
He could become the most majestic giraffe, and he would carry me on his back, my arms around his neck. We were on our way home when we surprised a group of bandits who had come from our village. One of them saw me just as he removed a scarf from his face. He shouted and then aimed his rifle.
He didn't want you to identify him.
Exactly. In an instant, my father bowed his neck to protect me and was hit. As he fell, my father changed back into his human form. When the bandits saw this, they turned and ran in fear. Magic terrified them, and then he was gone. And it was all my fault.
Your fault? How so?
He died protecting me. If I had been capable of protecting myself, he would still be alive today. My mother and I tried to go on without him, but it became too much for us there. A few years later, we left to come to Scotland.
That is not how that worked at all. Yeah. When you're a kid, it looks that way. When your father was out there running around, they were hunting giraffe. They were poaching giraffe. Like, your father was going to get shot regardless.
Do you think your father would approve of the things we've been doing?
Oh my, that is a good question. In theory, yes. Although he would worry as my mother does. But I think he, of all people, would understand my persistence. My father never shied away from a fight for good, no matter how ruthless the foe. And I think he would have enjoyed knowing that I had a compatriot like you.
Do you think taking down the Ashwinders will avenge your father's death?
No. Vengeance is not what drives me. My father would not want that. He and my mother raised me to believe that it is a privilege to be able to fight for those who cannot. I know there is risk involved, but I feel it is worth it. I am glad you seem to think so too.
What does your mother think about all of this?
Well, as you saw, she worries a great deal. She is an excellent seer, but I think it bothers her to this day that she did not see my father's death coming. She misses him, as do I. So I believe on some level she understands my need to seek justice in a small way. But that does not mean that she likes it.
You assumed I had a till head? You guess I should have asked? I don't even know what a till head is. I'm going to say no.
I'm sorry, Natty. I can't imagine what you've been through. Your father sounds exceptional.
He was. Truly extraordinary. And thank you for your kind words. We all have our burdens. My father had a saying about that.
Yes, I remember. Rain does not fall on one roof alone.
Exactly. Soon you and I will put an end to the Ashwinders, beginning with Harlow. And once he is gone, we will turn our attention to Rookwood. We are making progress, and we will succeed. Thank you again for saving me. You deserve all of the praise you have received.
I don't think our head tilts.
No, it doesn't.
Well, ours, the bull lowers and raises. That's the kind we get. Can't do that. Ours is also purple. Yo, let's go. Yeah, I think the technical color is plum, but oh, the one you sent is only really for the tilt head model. Oh, it's probably to help extend the life of the tilt head mechanism.
I don't ever foresee
Yeah, unless it seriously blows up, right? But like, I know that there's like people that fix specifically this mixer because it's so good.
I'm not sure I'm still breathing.
Dad, you're a Slytherin too. Sorry, bro. He's having a bad day. You've had yours for nearly 40 years? Yeah, it's like, it would have to take a serious beating for it to get any kind of issue. Because, like, these things are built with, like, old-fashioned with huge gears and stuff that have, like, really thick steel teeth. So it's hard to break anything in these things. You'd have to drop it off of a counter. We're really delicate with ours. Cappy, I don't think Cappy could even lift. Well, Cappy could definitely lift it, but it is incredibly heavy. But I just don't let Cappy lift it because she's not confident enough that she won't drop it someday. Well, then I'll just pick it up all the time. Don't worry about it.
Don't talk to me about it.
Yep, I don't mind.
I need to drop it or try to catch it.
Yeah, I like break a finger trying to grab it.
Drop it on my foot.
Yeah, and break your foot. Yeah. Like, if it's between, like, breaking your foot or dropping the thing on the floor and breaking the mixer, just break the mixer. We'll replace it.
Most people don't think that.
You made your point!
Oh my god. Like balls. Expensive. I mean,
Yeah.
it was a gift.
Yeah.
Expensive.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, the videos he sent are specifically about how to prevent the tilt from damaging other stuff on accident. But yeah, ours has like a U-shaped thing in the back that raises and lowers the bowl. So you just attach stuff to the bottom of the thing, to the spindle, and then raise the bowl up into it.
Welcome back.
I actually walk all the way up there.
Hello, Professor. I have news. The goblins are looking for something. Another repository. They've built drills to help with their search.
Most troubling.
Are these repositories like the broken container I found at Rookwood Castle?
They are. I fear we have no time to lose. Have a look at the map.
Fortunately, the next trial is fairly nearby.
It's Hogwarts.
As you know, I was headmistress in my time. My portrait hangs in the headmaster's office. In fact, I witnessed Professor Black learn of your arrival. And I'll confess that I wondered about you.
Wait, is the next trial in the headmaster's office?
It is. I had hoped that when the time came, the occupant of that office would be of help to us. Unfortunately, this headmaster seems wildly unconcerned with anything but himself. You'll need to access the office while he's away.
I understand. Very well. I'll find some way to get in.
Good. I shall meet you in my portrait there. Until then.
I lit his car on fire.
How will I gain access to the headmaster's office? Perhaps Professor Fig will know what to do.
Oh! Yeah, I know you will. You're too nice. Not for me. Oh, woo! Oh, man.
Revelio.
My house broom will do me fine for a while, I'm sure.
can't help it if I've never encountered a dangerous
A
beast.
block?
Revelio.
What I thought too. Oh, that must just be a pouch. Like a little canvas pouch sitting on the floor with some coins in it. I'll have it down later. Like I said, I'm gonna have like a stream where I just sit here for like 3 hours and explore the entire castle.
Why are we on?
What I did, once in time when I was like, all right,
I think I'll
Hogwarts.
I think I'll probably do that when the bottom section of the map opens up. Like once it unlocks, I'll be like, okay, time to go investigate.
Revelio.
Please let me know next time. That's all.
I'm happy to let you know.
Revelio.
There's a cat over there.
I cannot.
God, that lady is chasing her husband all over the castle. Jeez.
What do you want? If I could undo all that happened that day, I would.
I don't know what he did, but damn. What if instead of calling this guy Professor Fig, I start calling him Figgy Pudding? Hello, Figgy Pudding. He's like, please don't call me that. That was my nickname at Hogwarts when I was here.
Now here. Professor Fig, the Keepers have shown me where the next trial is.
Has something changed?
Lodgok and I have learned that the goblins are searching for another repository, like the one we saw at Rookwood Castle. And I discovered that they're building massive drills to help in their search. Professor Fitzgerald seemed very concerned.
I see. Ranrock clearly knows even more than we suspected.
And sir, there's something else. Lodgok knew Miriam.
He knew Miriam?
They encountered each other at Rookwood Castle. She was doing research. That's where she found the container with the portkey. He liked her so much that he let her leave with it, despite orders from Ranrock.
I don't know what to say. She could win over almost anyone. I want to hear more of this. And, in fact, I'd like to speak with Lodgok directly. But we've no time now. Where is the next trial?
Believe it or not, it's in the headmaster's office.
Incredible. Very well, you'll need the password to get past the stone gargoyle. The headmaster's house elf will know it.
I don't know the headmaster's house elf. Will he even speak to me? I imagine he's loyal to the headmaster.
He is. So you'll need a disguise. I have just the thing. A polyjuice potion. You'll look and sound like Professor Black.
Wait, doesn't Polyjuice Potion require a bit of the person you want to change into? And take ages to brew?
It does.
So how do you already have Polyjuice Potion to change into Professor Black?
One never knows when such a thing may come in handy. Let's just say I felt the need to be prepared for anything after my fruitless trip to the ministry on his behalf. Now, time is of the essence. Drink up and I shall explain more.
This is that really delicious potion.
Oh yeah, so tasty.
How do you feel?
Incredible. I won't forget that taste anytime soon. How do I sound?
Convincing. I've taken the liberty of transfiguring your robes. As we discussed, you'll need the password from Scrope, who could be anywhere in the castle.
Wrote?
You might look for Professor Kagawa. She's taken to badgering the poor elf about Quidditch in the hopes that he can convince Black to change his mind. Thus far, unsuccessfully.
I see. But what if Professor Black sees me?
Leave him to me. I shall tell him where to meet a liaison from the Ministry in Hogsmeade. That should give you plenty of time.
Thank you, Professor. I suppose we'll meet again in the map chamber.
It's rather strange to hear gratitude coming from Professor Black. I'll see you there.
Now to find the headmaster's house elf.
I have a beard now. Awesome.
Do you have a moment, Professor? Professor, I was hoping to catch you.
Places to be, Professor Sharp. Places to be.
Of course, sir. Only, you'd asked me about a particular potion, and I
did? I did, yes. Well, spit it out, Sharp. I don't have all day.
Probably best not to discuss it here, sir.
I assure you, Sharp, you may speak freely.
Very well. I've brewed the cure for boils you wanted. I can drop it by your office when it's convenient.
Of course, yes. No need for all the cloak and dagger. Simply have a student deliver it.
A student. Very well, sir, if you insist.
I do. And thank you, Sharp. I just hope you've brewed enough for all my boils.
Now, to determine which student gets this right.
I wonder almost daily why I accepted this appointment from the Ministry. Chewing with your mouth open? Where are your manners?
He's just having too much fun.
What could the headmaster want?
Gareth! Mr. Weasley, what are you doing here? Don't you have, somewhere to be?
Oh, Professor, yes, of course. All sorts of places I'd rather be right now. Do you need something from me?
I'm looking for my house elf. Surely you've seen him?
Ah, the little one-eared fellow. I saw him heading to the Great Hall moments ago. Muttering on about your, sterling graces, sir.
I am watching you, Mr. Weasley. Mr. Redding, who owns Honeydukes, tells me some of his billywig stings recently went missing. Prime potion ingredient. And I know you fancy yourself a skilled potioneer.
What? But, sir, I haven't been anywhere near Honeydukes.
Bah! That's enough from you. Just know that I have eyes and ears everywhere. On your way, Mr. Weasley.
I just like dogging all my
there's one
friends.
for my diary.
Thank you. Just go tell Mrs. Kogawa that fucking Quidditch is back on.
When I witnessed what passes for magic in these halls,
Professor Black, how are you, sir?
Mr. Gaunt, where do you think you're going?
I beg your pardon, sir. I'm simply on my way outside.
Taking the day off, eh? Typical student, wasting the hours away.
I have to write 20 inches on Dittany and its uses. Was heading to the greenhouse.
Ah, yes. Mixed with bubo tuber pus makes a fine mustache paste. Yes, mustache paste. I find.
Are you feeling all right, sir? You don't seem yourself.
I assure you I am quite healthy, Gaunt. If I need a medical diagnosis, I shall head to St. Mungo's. You call that a shine on those boots? Do better.
Professor, a word? Professor Black, again, it is not too late to reconsider your decision regarding Quidditch. We could still have trials and a somewhat shortened season. It would be better than none at all.
But the injury, Madam Kogawa.
Professor, more than one student has taken a bludger to the head on our pitch. I dare say it knocked some sense into them. And they're fine now. The fact that it happened to be a pureblood, well, that's no reason to...
What nonsense! That you would trivialize the health of a student over a silly game.
A silly game? You are quite impossible sometimes. Sir, I've a good mind to write to the Department of Magical Games and Sports at the Ministry about you.
Good idea. I can even provide the parchment should you need it. Now, where is my elf?
Parchment? Very well, I will, and with pleasure. And I spotted Scrope in the Great Hall. Seems to be avoiding me.
I wonder why. Good day, Madam Kagawa.
Yeah, please report me. Do it. You won't.
What did we do to deserve him as a headmaster?
I haven't time for any of you at the moment. None. None at all. Move aside.
Oh my god.
Oh no, it's the headmaster and he's coming this way.
Miss Broom, a word.
Oh, Professor, this is an interesting surprise. It's Bloom, by the way.
Remind me of your area of affinity, Broom. OWLs are swift approaching.
Charms, sir. Non-verbal spells. Might work on one that makes me disappear.
Well, keep at it, Broom. And before you know it, you'll be as invisible as that new fifth year seems to be.
They're not invisible, sir. I've seen them near the library. In fact, they help me with my, heavy books.
Speaking of invisible, where's my blasted house elf?
Something seems a little off with the headmaster.
My arm has
If you must speak with me, consult my secretaries or what have you. Now move along.
Oh no.
Professor, I need to speak to you. Hello, Professor Black.
Ah, Professor Weasley. How delightful to see you.
Sir?
Since I have you here, I wonder if I might, speak with you about Professor Fig.
Oh, very well.
I've decided to give him a bit more, leeway with his time.
Leeway, Professor? Are you sure that's wise? I confess I do worry for his students. He's rarely here as it is.
And I don't miss it.
I realize that, and I'd like to keep it that way.
I see. But, sir, if I may, I am wary of how much time the new fifth year seems to be spending away from the castle, supposedly on Professor Fig's behalf. I've heard unsettling rumors of their escapades. Everything from sneaking into the Forbidden Forest to confronting Ranrock's loyalists and Rookwood's lot.
What? Goodness. You cannot believe everything you hear, Professor. No, you cannot. I mean, I shall keep an eye on Fig. You simply keep doing the wonderful job that you're doing. Simply wonderful.
Thank you. But I'm happy to look into...
Good. That'll be all, Weasley. I mean, Professor Weasley. Good day.
A wonderful job. Leeway for Professor Fig? I shall never understand that much.
That ought to give Professor Fig some breathing room.
Wait until Master sees what a wonderful job Scrope is doing.
Attention, students! I hereby decree that the Great Hall be forthwith decorated in the elegant banners of Ravenclaw. I shall be taking no questions at this time. Or ever.
Yay! Alright, Scrope.
Scrope!
Oh, greetings, Master.
Remind me of the password to my office.
Oh, but Master made Scrope swear never to tell anyone, even Master himself.
How dare you question me? I've a mind to give you a matching set of ears.
Yes, sir. Of course, sir. Scrope begs forgiveness. It is the Black family motto, Master.
Right. Of course.
Master does remember it.
It's pure bloods forever, isn't it?
Close, Master. Scrope thinks Master is indeed testing Scrope. It is always pure.
Obviously.
And, of course, as Master knows, in French.
Ah, yes, of course. I order you to pronounce it for me.
Oh, but Master knows that Scrope's French is most pitiful. Oh, very well. Toujours pur.
Ha! Thank you. Never speak of this conversation with me or anyone else.
Of course, sir. Scrope shall try his best to keep out of Master's way.
Oh, Lord.
Polyjuice potion's wearing off. I best get out of sight. Made it just in time. It's wearing off.
Fig was right. I can't believe it worked. Now to speak the password to the gargoyle.
Hey, cool Ravenclaw banners. This is neat. When did this happen? The headmaster is so cool.
I always thought that was a really fun.
Just going around and trying to embarrass the headmaster and get him in trouble and stuff. Report me. See what happens. Have a student deliver the boil potion, would you please? Also, Mrs. Professor Weasley, you are doing amazing. She's like, okay. Thanks, I think.
Revelio. Confringo. Bombarda.
Nailed it.
Accio.
I looked up a little bit. Yeah!
You're learning.
No. I'll forget it in 5 minutes.
I'll keep reminding you.
Oh, well, yeah. When I'm actually searching Hogwarts, I'll try to make a concerted effort. Blowed up that paper, I sure did.
Hogwarts has brought me and my
Like, Bombarda!
Revelio.
Paper didn't see what. Ooh.
Yeah, you've never been up here.
Let's go. Unidentified faces. 15th of February, 1851. This morning's crystal gazing was most discouraging. I was initially thrilled to see the Ministry of Magic in my future. The atrium appeared to me clear as day. I've always dreamed of working there. However, as the atrium dissolved into a sea of brooms, endless rows of them, my elation turned to despair. Am I destined for a future in the broom regulatory control? The tedium would rival the song of a fooper for my sanity. For now, I must accept that I am simply not naturally inclined toward divination, although perhaps I have a subtle skill that I can sense that. Like so.
Revelio.
Up above. I hear you. Good Lord!
Aloha Mora.
So much cool stuff up here, Cappy.
Revelio.
Darling sister, delighted to receive your recent owl. Sounds as if you are, as usual, rising to the challenges presented by not only the students, but also a certain headmaster. Patience knows no bounds. Speaking of patience, thank you for all you have done for Gareth. Your instincts are sharp indeed. A delicate balance of discipline and creative encouragement is all he needs. I confess, I'm glad that his fellow students have replaced his own family when it comes to trying out his latest ruse. Marvelous how he spins it. You're the first lucky ones. Never mentions the possibility of untoward reactions. Well, I must be off. Apologies for the short note. Seems the youngest has gotten herself into a bit of a predicament. Tossed a garden gnome in the neighbor's dirigible plums again. Anyway, hope to see you at the holidays. Sending my love, G.
Revelio.
Wasn't in here, was it? No, it's probably above.
Aloha Mora.
I'll unlock it 6 feet away.
Revelio.
Professor Hecat, as discussed, I have corresponded with my goblin acquaintances at Gringotts. All have condemned Randrock's actions, and some have privately considered that his motives may not be what they seem. From what I've heard of his treatment towards others of his own kind, those who refuse to join his ranks, I'm inclined to agree with our friends at the bank. I will let you know when I hear more. Suffice to say that for now we must remain vigilant, Aesop sharp. Aesop. Like the fables.
Revelio.
Very close now.
The gargoyle. That's where I need to speak the password. Lumos.
Wasn't there.
Toujours pure.
Headmaster's Office Gargoyle. The staircase that leads to the headmaster's office is guarded by an enchanted gargoyle that will let only those who know the password enter. Though anyone choosing to visit the current occupant of the office is difficult to fathom.
I wonder if all the elite wizarding families have a motto. Revelio.
Hey, look at that. Sleeping portraits. Not all headmasters and headmistresses enjoy reveling the day-to-day challenges of running a school of wizarding. of witchcraft and wizardry. Some prefer to enjoy a well-earned nap when possible.
Aloha Mora. Revelio.
Dear Phineas, the children have been asking about your return. Belvina in particular chooses to do so each day at breakfast and is engulfed in a sulk when I remind her that you are ensuring the quality of her future education. Sirius and Phineas rarely send me an owl, although when they do, they never mention you. I'm certain they're proud of you and all that you have been doing for Hogwarts. Having one's father as a headmaster is a tremendous honor. Merlin helped me. Cygnus is now crawling and follows Arcturus around like an unwelcome shadow. Arcturus is begging for an invisibility potion, and frankly, I can't blame him. I'd be tempted to brew one if it weren't for the internal sniveling that Cygnus would regale me with. Perhaps we shall see you in the next school holiday, but please don't feel any obligation. Ursula. Are they talking about me, or is there someone else named Cygnus?
It's not you.
Okay.
It's the headmaster.
That's kind of what I was thinking, but I was all like,
You know, if other people can have your name.
Revelio.
yeah, no, I know that. I know that. I just,
No, it's not talking about you. How would they know your name?
I don't know. That's why I was confused. I was all like, wait, what? Up there. Up here then.
I got this.
Yeah.
It's good to see you.
All thanks to Professor
Oh.
Fig's quick thinking. Now what?
Approach the pedestal in the antechamber and read the book that appears.
What can I expect to find in the book?
A story. I cannot say more. You may recognize some elements of it, as I was inspired by a tale with which many wizarding children are familiar.
I suspect there will be more to this than reading a book.
Your suspicions are correct. We shall speak when you are finished.
It'll be more than meets the
Has
eye.
this been under the headmaster's nose all this time?
Apothecary receipt. Cure for boils, 1 vial.
Revelio. That must be the pedestal.
The hat. The Sorting Hat. This enchanted hat was created by the 4 founders of Hogwarts as the means by which students would be placed into one of 4 schoolhouses. Skilled at legitimacy, the Sorting Hat can see into the wearer's head, allowing it to determine their thoughts and abilities. Another one.
Revelio.
You know if I can get to the other one already?
I have to go outside for it.
This doesn't go up at all. That's where I came from. Yeah, it won't let me do this one.
No, there's stuff to find.
A hair tonic, mustache wax, Bundinum pomade, comb pearl handled, a back scratcher gold handled, and doxicide, painted in a very small part, reminder to be billed to the ministry. Remainder to be billed.
Revelio.
We have to do the rest later. I'm assuming we can come back here afterwards. Yeah. What? What?
Where am I? Professor Fitzgerald? Can you hear me?
I am here. In this place, you may call me Neve. You shall be witness to a fable. Pay attention. Things are not always as they seem. You must move swiftly and cautiously. Use the tools you encounter to find me. The first you will need is a cloak.
Alright. This is pretty awesome.
This is a lot of people.
In this place, as in life, death takes many forms. Avoid each of them at all costs.
I should have run when I could. I'd be free by now.
I'd best move while I can. Neve must be here somewhere. I need to time this just right.
I have to go around that guy? That's not so bad.